I want to show you how to send me Photoshop documents. We talked earlier about how to send an Illustrator document by way of JPEG. Now I want you to see how one sends to me the Photoshop images and projects and things that we're working on. Now here's a finished project. You can see over here in the layers that I've got the tractors that farm the West lettering. I've got the lettering that says Farm All across the top. I've got the tractor itself. I've got the shadow of the tractor. And I've got the background, the log cabins and the green grass. I also have an orange layer here that's the very bottom layer that you don't see. But you can see that these are all the layers that I've had and made and put together with the lettering. Has this drop shadow and bevel and emboss, and then there's a drop shadow on this tractor. And so I put this together as a Photoshop document, a montage or a collection or a gathering of a background of the trees and the log cabins and the grass, and then the shadow, and then the tractor itself been cut out, and then the words or lines, tractors that farm the West, and the word Farm All. You can see that Farm All is the exhaust pipe here is in front of Farm All. Because Farm All is down here in the layering thing. So what I want you to do is to save this file, save as, and save it with the layers as this Farm All cover, Photoshop, and you're going to save it into wherever it's going to go. I'm just for the sake of putting it someplace convenient for now, and then putting it in the file I want it to have it. I'll just save it to the desktop. It'll be 3 Farm All cover Photoshop with all of the layers. And I save that and I OK that. Now, if this is something you're going to send to me, here's the process with Photoshop. I don't need to see all the layers for now. As a matter of fact, with all those layers, it's a pretty big document. It's almost 53 megabytes. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is make sure I've saved this as the layers are already there on that first one I saved, in case I have to go back and change it or take parts out of it or rearrange it or for whatever reason. I'm going to go up here to these 3 little lines on the layers, and I'm going to click on that. It gives me other options. And I'm going to come down and I'm going to say flatten the image. And the image flattens all those layers, flatten down into one image. It's locked, and it says background. That means it's a completed flat image, and now you can't separate them anymore. You can see why I said save it separated, so in case you want to get the layers out or parts or change or correct spelling or something, you can. But now it's one layer. Now the next thing I'm going to have you do is go to Image up here in the menu bar and come back down to Image Size, and you can see it's 7 by 6. That's okay inch-wise, but I'm going to take this resolution down to 200. 200 will be just as good as it, but it compresses things so that as it comes across the email system, it doesn't take so long to send it and to open it, and it just makes things much more compressed. So it's already gone from 54 megabytes down here in the lower corner. You can see, well, it shows me that it's about down to 19 megabytes, but I'm not through yet. So I've got 7 by 6, and that's okay. And I hit OK, and you can see it shrank down in size. Now the next thing I'm going to do, now don't worry about the size. It's still a good image, and depending on how much I want to size it when I open it up off the internet. The next thing I'm going to do is go to File and Save As, and this time it's still the same name, but I'm going to change the Photoshop document, or it is a Photoshop document now, and I'm going to change it to JPEG. And the JPG is the same as .jpg, so it's just a shorter version, but I'm going to change it to JPEG. And you can see up here it changes to JPEG. I'm going to again save this to the desktop so that I know where it is, and it's now a JPEG, and it's 4 megabytes. Instead of being 54 or 19, it's 4 megabytes in this situation. So it's going to send a lot better. So I hit save, and I have my options at 12 maximum. I don't want to have it any smaller. I can compress this down and make it 8 or 5, but I want to have a good image when I open it up on the other side. So go max, and hit OK to that. Now, remember this is the title. It's called the 3E Farmall Cover JPEG. Now, when I send that, I'm going to go to my email, and I'm going to say new, and I'm going to send it again to myself, or you're going to send it to C. Glassford at gwc.cl. So that's me. And then I'm going to say Dart, D-A-R-T, all caps, underscore, let's say tractor, and underscore, and I'll just put Carl Glassford. So I have my name there. And then the attachments, I have to go and find it, add, and remember it was on my desktop, and so it's 3E Farmall Cover JPEG right there. Not the Photoshop, because it's a bigger document. If I open this up, well, it's not going to show me that, but it's a bigger document. Sometimes you can see the size of the document. So that's it, 3 Farmall Cover JPEG. And I hit open here, and it plates it right here. And here's the size of that. 2.8 megabytes. Now it started off at 54 megabytes with all those layers and size and stuff. Now it's going to send very easily. And here again, you might say tractor, that's the subject name. Well, I better spell it right. And space, 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 and my name. There's your name twice. That's okay. And then send it. And off it comes. It's encoding, and it's going to click, and I'll go look here in my sent items. It hasn't come through yet, but I'll go back to InDesign here. Now watch down below. Let's see, here it comes. It's clicking through here, and click, and it's processing, it's processing, it's processing. It's getting to the end now. All this is going to help me when I open it up. Not only will it open faster, but it will send faster. Okay, that's the time it took to send it. It's finished, link. Now when I come to sent items, I look here and I say, here it is. There's what I sent. And I open that here. It's 3 Farmall Cover. I'll open this in my computer by hitting I'll hit open here. And it will open. But here's what I'm sending. It says tractor. It says Carl Glassford. I've got the thing in there. It said Dart, and it's going to go for the tractor, and its name is in the subject line. So here it comes. And that's what I'll open. That's what I'll see. And that's how I want you to handle all of the Photoshop documents, is to flatten the image and then reduce the pixel count from 400 DPI down to 200. And you can leave it the size. If it's 7x6 or 7x5, that's okay. But then we got that covered, and you'll send it fast, and I'll open it fast, and that's what's going to save us all a lot of time.